Hello and welcome to Political Theatre. India is the largest democracy in the world, and the twists and turns in the world of Indian politics attract everyone's attention. Several political developments take place simultaneously across the country, making it difficult for the people to keep a track of these events and understand their impact. In the next half an hour, we'll bring to you the top political events of the week and analyze and decode them for you. So let's begin with the big story of the week. Both government and opposition made separate attempts this week to find a way to restore normalcy and peace in Jammu and Kashmir. While Home Minister Rajnath Singh spent 4 days in the strife-torn state, a delegation led by former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, comprising of opposition leaders, also visited the state. Both sides held separate meetings with several stakeholders.
On his 4-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir this week, Home Minister Rajnath Singh met political leaders, civil society members, security personnel and business leaders. Asserting that the situation in the valley has improved significantly over the past year, Singh also said that the permanent solution to the Kashmir issue is based on 5 C's: compassion, communication, coexistence, confidence building and consistency. Speaking on the legal challenge to Article 35A, Singh said that the centre would not do anything against the sentiments of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
कहीं पर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने इस इश्यू को लेकर न तो कोई कुछ भी इनिशिएट किया है, न कोर्ट में गई है। केवल 35A की बात मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं। जो कुछ भी हम करेंगे, हम यहां के लोगों की भावनाओं के, जज्बात के खिलाफ कोई काम नहीं करेंगे। The results and the benefits of this are now to get visible. Those who don't believe this are reluctant to accept the statistics and figures.
Around the same time, the Congress Policy and Planning Group on Jammu and Kashmir, led by Dr. Manmohan Singh, held closed-door discussions with political leaders in the state to restore peace and normalcy.
3.5 साल हो गए बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट को बने हुए। 3.5 साल में तो उन्होंने एक कदम नहीं उठाया हालात को ठीक करने के लिए, बल्कि बदतर हालात हो गए उनके वक्त में। तो आज चाहे वो 4 दिन बैठे या 4 महीने बैठे, तो उनकी सोच में तो कोई बदलाव आने वाला नहीं है।
Meanwhile, the opposition also criticized Home Minister for raising the issue of Article 35A and said it was not the right time to bring it up as the state was in a very delicate situation.
आज भी आरएसएस और बीजेपी कभी 35A लगाने की और कभी हटाने की बात करती है, तो देश जो है वो कंफ्यूज्ड है। गृह मंत्री क्या भारतीय जनता पार्टी के विपरीत बयान दे रहे हैं या भाजपा की सरकार का वही स्टैंड है जो राजनाथ सिंह जी का है?
हमने कहा कि जो मोदी साहब ने 15 अगस्त को लाल किले से बात की, वो जम्मू कश्मीर के और बिलखसूस कश्मीर के हर बाशिंदे को ये बात जो है उसके दिल में जाके वो टच कर गई है, और हम चाहते हैं कि उसको अब अमली जामा पहनाया जाए।
The Home Minister's visit came less than a month after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Independence Day address, where he said that the valley's problems can only be resolved by embracing Kashmiris. The Home Minister, on his 4th visit since terrorist Burhan Wani's encounter last year, asserted that the centre will talk to anyone who is open to resolve the Kashmir issue.
For more on this story, we are joined by senior journalist Mr. Jawahar Kaul. Sir, welcome to the show and Rajya Sabha Television. Very interesting developments going on in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. This was 4th visit by the Home Minister, specifically after the Burhan Wani encounter, and we have had other groups also visiting there, one led by former BJP leader, or rather senior BJP leader Yashwant Sinha, and one led by former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, the Congress's policy group. So do you see these visits and these discussions taking the situation from the present context to a very positive aspect, some solution emerging from these meetings?
I don't think there's going to be any solution directly coming out of these meetings or delegations. But we must understand that it's a developing situation there. Every day something new develops. So the Home Minister had to go there to normalize the tempers and feelings of the people. Because some new things had emerged during last 2 or 3 months. For instance, there has been a brisk and sometimes aggressive debate on one of the constitutional provisions about Kashmir. That
you mentioned 35A.
35A. And the leaders, especially the political leaders and or all who call separatists or Hurriyat leaders are angry about it. And even the Chief Minister has issued a very angry statement about that situation.
But the Home Minister has sought to assuage the concerns.
Yes.
It seems on a different line.
Home Minister had to go there and assure the people, at least assure the leadership of that state that the center is not going to do anything immediately, in spite of the fact there is a case in the Supreme Court. It is for the Supreme Court to decide. And we know that in such situations, when you have a constitutional problem before the Supreme Court, it may take a year or so.
But some of the elements of the ruling combine have been pressing for, the Article 370 to be resigned, 35A to be resigned. So how do you see, there seems to be a contradiction out here, what the Home Ministry is trying to convene and what others are saying.
There is a contradiction. BJP as a political party is in favor of the, at least it says it is in the favor of abrogation of the 370. And also it is willing to examine the constitutionality of the constitutional validity of the 35A. But in present situations, probably the Modi government is not willing to push the situation to such a situation, such a end that the Jammu and Kashmir becomes a hot spot for protests.
Okay, so it seems we might have to wait a little longer to have a clear picture emerging on not only these two contentious issues, but also the way forward for normalizing the situation in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. We'll take a short break here, but when we come back, we will give you the details of the political development in the southern state Tamil Nadu, as well as the political controversy surrounding Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi's remarks in United States. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome. I'm Amritanshu Rai and you're watching Law of the Land.
Our heritage, which doesn't belong to any government or anybody, it is our people's heritage.
ASI is one way, they have been protecting our sites, but they have also been getting the flack of not maintaining them well.
Archaeology is a concurrent subject. That is, it is the responsibility of the center as well as that of the state.
These prohibited areas would be less than 1%, maybe 0.5% of the area of the city.
Watch Law of the Land on Rajya Sabha television.
Ruling BJP and opposition Congress locked horns over Rahul Gandhi's remarks made during an interaction at the University of California. While Rahul criticized Prime Minister over his economic and foreign policies, BJP lashed out at him, terming him as a failed dynast and politician.
Rahul Gandhi has once again become the centre of a verbal duel between his party Congress and the ruling BJP. During an interaction with students at University of California, Rahul Gandhi said that dynastic politics is a problem in India. He also admitted that Congress made mistakes during the second term of the UPA.
The vision that we had laid out in 2004 was designed at best for a 10-year period. And it was pretty clear that the vision that we had laid out in 2004, by the time we arrived at 2010-11, it was already not working anymore. Somewhere around 2012, and I'll say this, a certain arrogance crept into the Congress party. And they stopped having that conversation.
Rahul Gandhi also criticized NDA government's economic and foreign policy during the interaction. The ruling BJP, however, slammed Rahul Gandhi as a failed dynast and failed politician. Information and Broadcasting Minister Smriti Irani said Rahul's admission that the Congress had turned arrogant since 2012 was a reflection on Sonia Gandhi's leadership.
A failed dynast today chose to speak about his failed political journeys in the United States of America. The fact that Mr. Rahul Gandhi chooses to belittle the leadership and terms it arrogant, that of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, is an issue for the Congress to introspect on.
This is the first time that top leadership of the Congress party has admitted its failure during the second term of UPA, which led to its humiliating defeat in 2014 Lok Sabha elections.
Our political analyst for the day, Mr. Jawahar Kaul, is still with us. Sir, Congress Vice President making those remarks, and very significant ones as well. He is the leader of the main opposition party in the country. For him to say two specific things. One, admit that yes, his party made those mistakes in 2012, somewhere around 2012 in the second tenure of the UPA, which led to a humiliating defeat for his party in 2014 elections, is something which has been done by the top leadership of the Congress party for the first time. Very significant. Two, his remarks over dynasty politics. It seems to be brushing aside the entire issue of dynasty politics.
Yes, of course. Rahul ji has tried to generalize an allegation, which is generally creates a difficult situation for the ruling clique, at least the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. Of course, dynasties have ruled Indian politics for a pretty long time, but you cannot say that these dynasties have done something good for the people, or dynasties are essential for the Indian politics. Again, when we claim that we have a democratic country and only merit goes with the democracy, merit and the number of the people and the wishes of the people is the main thing. Dynasties have to go, or dynasties have to take a second place. So it looks very difficult for Rahul Gandhi to justify that he belongs to a dynasty, and the dynasty is controlling a complete political party, which has become stagnant.
And his examples of other political parties also having this entire dynasty politics, the examples which were given by him also seems to be, giving push or cushion rather to his arguments.
Actually, he has cited some political parties, but all these political parties are separate because of the dynasty.
Well, it seems the issue of dynasty politics is something which will continue to gather criticism as well as defensive stands being taken by those who indulge in such kind of politics. We'll take a look at another story out here, and this time from the state of Tamil Nadu, where the EPS and OPS faction of the ruling AIADMK have sacked the party general secretary and her nephew Dinakaran, while the High Court has put a stay on the demand for a vote of confidence on the AIADMK government till 20th of this month.
The trust vote in the Tamil Nadu Assembly has been put on hold by the Madras High Court till September 20th. This was after both the opposition DMK and the AIADMK's rebel TTV Dinakaran faction approached it, claiming that the Palaniswamy government is in a minority.
Party cadres and the public is, wherever I go, they are asking me to send the ministry to home. They wanted to dissolve the government. That is, in order to protect our party, I will go to any extent to protect our party.
At the heart of the tussle are the letters from 19 AIADMK MLAs who have withdrawn support to Chief Minister E. Palaniswamy. With all of them now facing proceedings under the anti-defection law, both the DMK and the rebels fear that if the Speaker disqualifies them, it will bring down the strength of the Assembly and enable Chief Minister Palaniswamy to win the trust vote. If they are, however, not disqualified, the government falls 3 votes short of majority. Since the disqualification proceedings could determine the survival of the AIADMK government, the state government has declined to give any assurance to the court on what fate awaits the rebels, prompting the High Court to ask the government not to hold the trust vote till it hears the matter.
The entire state is in political turmoil. and the administration stands paralyzed. The governor has not been taking a clear-cut stand in accordance to the constitution and to the established parliamentary practices. Otherwise, the governor should have asked the incumbent chief minister, Mr. Palanichami, to seek vote of confidence.
The entire chain of events was earlier triggered by the AIADMK holding what it called its General Council meeting, which decided to sack Party General Secretary VK Shashikala and her nephew and rebel leader TTV Dinakaran. The party also declared late Jayalalitha as a party's eternal General Secretary. In response to this, the rebels led by Dinakaran have petitioned the Madras High Court that the AIADMK couldn't hold a General Council meeting, claiming, as per the party's rules, such meetings can only be called by Shashikala as a party's General Secretary.
Well, for more on the story, we still have with us the senior journalist Jawahar Kaul. In the southern part of the country, several twists and turns happening for almost past few months now. First there were two factions, EPS, OPS, then they came together. Now new rebellion by Dinakaran. And last week, this particular week, we've seen how the EPS, OPS factions have, made their last-ditch attempt to corner Dinakaran, who's causing a threat to the stability of the government. Will AIADMK government survive this onslaught, or is it time for another split in the party out there?
Actually, if the ruling party at present is able to allow the speaker to suspend the 19 MLAs of the Dinakaran faction, they will survive.
Okay.
Otherwise, it seems that they are out of numbers. They are not. Don't have the numbers to survive. The problem with southern politics is always been, especially in Tamil Nadu, it's a politics of personalities. Personalities. And unfortunately, the ruling faction doesn't have a personality which can match Jayalalitha or its perhaps.
Which can attract the entire flock.
And even if it wins the majority somehow, it manages to cobble up that number, the politics still will be uncertain. And unless some charismatic leader emerges there, otherwise probably the Stalin and his father may still be have the last laugh.
May get another shot at the power. So it seems there are some more interesting twists and turns left yet to be seen in the politics in Tamil Nadu. We'll keep a close watch on that. But let's take a short break here, and when we come back, we will give you the details of other political developments across the country and some interesting remarks made by political leaders in this week. Stay tuned.
When it comes to research output, Indian institutions are doing very well. They are in the top 50, at least the older IITs. Technologies that one requires to fabricate a chip inside a mobile phone is exactly same as the technologies that you will require to fabricate the sensor for cardiac diagnosis or the sensors for explosive detection. Around that time, around 2005, we started asking the question, can we also do something for the Indian society, something which can make an impact in the society?
Watch Eureka with Professor V. Ram Gopal Rao, Director at Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, only on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. From political developments in West Bengal and Bihar to CBI raids against former Minister Jayanti Natarajan, let's take a look at what else made news in the political arena across the country this week.
BJP President Amit Shah was on a 3-day visit to Kolkata this week. The BJP chief held a series of meetings with state and district level party workers. While interacting with party workers, Shah accused Trinamool Congress of unleashing violence against BJP workers in the state and urged human rights organizations to speak against it. He said that no violence could stop the growth of the BJP in West Bengal. The Sharad Yadav faction of the JDU has filed a fresh claim before the Election Commission for the party's symbol and sought 4 weeks' time to submit relevant documents. The Election Commission had earlier refused to take cognizance of its previous plea, citing lack of documents to support its assertion. In its application before the EC, the Yadav faction also registered its protest against its earlier decision, claiming it was based on hyper-technical ground and the Commission should have allowed them a hearing. The party will hold the National Council meet on October the 8th. The Congress-linked NSUI celebrated what it described as its major comeback after winning the 2 top posts of the Delhi University Students' Union, leaving 2 for its rival Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, which is linked to the BJP. The ABVP held 3 posts in the outgoing panel. Meanwhile, the United Left Alliance has retained all 4 seats in the JNU Students' Union election, defeating the ABVP with a considerable margin. The Supreme Court nudged the centre to treat politicians accused of amassing disproportionate assets as a class apart and constitute special courts to fast-track their cases. The bench also wondered how politicians, after becoming legislators and parliamentarians, start a particular business due to which their assets witness a jump and called for a thorough probe. The remarks were made when Attorney General K.K. Venugopal said the enforcement agencies were making earnest efforts to take up cases where discrepancies were noticed in asset declaration by MPs and MLAs. The CBI carried out searches at the premises of former Environment Minister Jayanti Natarajan after registering an FIR against her in connection with clearance given during her tenure for diversion of forest land for mining and alleged violations. The agency has registered its FIR against Natarajan, Umang Kejriwal, the then Managing Director of Electro-Steel Casting Limited, and the company, besides other unidentified persons. The case pertains to clearance given for diversion of forest land in Saranda Forest, Singhbhum district in Jharkhand for mining company Electro-Steel in alleged violation of Forest Conservation Act in 2012.
Several political situations led to interesting comments from politicians in a bid to counter each other's claims. We've shortlisted the best ones for you in Face Off.
भारत का पहला हाई स्पीड रेल प्रोजेक्ट दोनों देशों के बीच मजबूत होते संबंधों का भी एक उम्दा उदाहरण है, एक प्रतीक है।
उस टाइप के बोगी बनाने की तैयारी है, उस टाइप के रेक बनाने की तैयारी है, उस टाइप के जो भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होना अगर है और यही कर रहे हैं तो फायदामंद होगा। जापान वाले जो करेंगे वही करेंगे, इन्हों जो कह रहे हैं वो सब सपना है।
Without taking away the rights of the people of Arunachal Pradesh, we will try to find out a middle ground where Supreme Court judgment and Supreme Court order can be honored and the human rights and other necessary protection for the Chakmas and Hajongs can be also taken care of.
India should have a comprehensive policy on refugees, and issues must be addressed on humanitarian ground as a matured civilized nation.
उनके ये कथन का कोई मायने नहीं रखता है, जबकि चुनाव आयोग ने पूरी तरह इस बात को स्थापित कर दिया है कि शरद यादव जी के गुट के पास जनता दल यू के कोई नहीं है और कोई उनके साथ जाने को तैयार नहीं है।
ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण सवाल है जिसके बारे में हमको लगता है कि शरद जी को जाना चाहिए और शायद जाएंगे भी। सुप्रीम कोर्ट इस मामले में मैंने उसकी क्या ओपिनियन है, उसका क्या फैसला है, इसका हम लोगों को इंतजार करना चाहिए।
There were large-scale allegations against Jayanti, which is also called as a Jayanti tax. She was involved, allegedly involved in various scams and collecting of commission to clear the files.
जहाँ तक जयंती जी की बात है, वो कांग्रेस से उनका मतभेद हुआ है। बहुत से लोगों ने कांग्रेस में भी उनके कार्यकाल के समय हुई बातों की बात की थी, तो अब वो स्वायत्त हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट हैं, वो अपना केस देखेंगी।
In a free, democratic, peace-loving society, this kind of an activity by the state cannot be tolerated. The Chief Minister of Haryana, Mr. Khattar, should immediately step down.
जो घायल पत्रकार हैं उनका इलाज भी कराया जाएगा और जो नुकसान हुआ है उसकी भरपाई भी की जाएगी। जो भी दोषी पुलिस कर्मचारी होंगे उनके खिलाफ संज्ञान लिया जाएगा और उनको सबको दंडित किया जाएगा।
Apart from television studios, protest marches and public rallies, the politicians were also busy taking a dig at each other and making their points on social media. Let's take a look at what all transpired this week in the virtual world of Indian politics.
Hashtag Bullet Train remained the top trend on Twitter on the day Prime Minister Modi and his Japanese counterpart Shinzo Abe laid the foundation stone for the first high-speed rail project from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. While the ruling party BJP's Twitter handle gave all detailed information about the project, the opposition Congress used its official Twitter handle to claim the credit for Bullet Train and accuse the BJP of delaying the project for political gains. BJP from its official Twitter handle once again quoted its president Amit Shah on left and Trinamool rule in West Bengal. During his visit to the state, Amit Shah had said that West Bengal is fighting for its existence under the rule of Trinamool and left governments. However, through his Twitter, Trinamool's Derek O'Brien accused the BJP of resorting to fake narrative in order to avoid tough questions on GST, note ban and price rise. Rahul Gandhi's address at the University of California gathered massive reactions on social media. While Congress leaders hailed Rahul's address in the United States, BJP leaders expressed their disappointment and criticized his remarks. Congress leader Shashi Tharoor praised Rahul's address, tweeting that the Vice President raised acute points and was insightful. Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala also called Rahul's address very significant and articulate. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, also supported Rahul on Twitter. The BJP, however, was quick to condemn Rahul Gandhi's address. Quoting its president Amit Shah, BJP from its official Twitter handle posted that leaders rush abroad when they fail to find audience in the country. Sambit Patra on Twitter called Rahul's address an act of frustration.
So this was the summary of twists and turns in the world of Indian politics this week. We'll be back again next week with some more interesting information and analysis. Till then, we will leave you these interesting visuals. Keep watching Rajya Sabha Television.